Hello everybody, Flick here. It's time for yet another Let's Look At where I'm standing because it's a VR game and we're looking at the Gallery Episode 1 Call of the Starseed, which is a hell of a mouthful. Let me just get the headset adjusted and we will get into it. I've played through the entirety of what Episode 1 has to offer, so we'll talk a little bit about that, but first of all, let me just go over here via teleportation movement, which is very nice. And we want the, bear with me while I lean forwards. Yeah, we just want to go to the beach. So we'll take this, and we shall load up to the first area of the game, because I don't want to spoil too much.
So it all begins at Siren Point.
You'll have a black screen right now. I'm seeing a big saving checkpoint appear, and then it'll load us in. The setup, by the way, is we are playing as Alex, and we are looking for our missing sister, who has left us some cassette tapes that we have to follow, and there's some light puzzling, some mystery, some mysticism, and all sorts of stuff like that. And obviously it is episodic, given that this is episode 1. So just to reiterate, this is VR. I can look around me, although you won't hear me when I'm looking away. We have our hands, we can form fists with our hands, and do we have access to our inventory yet? No, we do not, because we have to learn that. Alright, so we'll play through a little bit of the first act here. Now, by default, it has blink movement, which is where you look somewhere while holding the move button and you teleport to it. Thankfully, in the options, it allows you to change to the much better teleport blink, which is just, it's far easier to use than trying to stare where you want to move, which is very weird. Anyway, we come over here. Give up. Nice try, sad face. So we probably want what's up there. Also, the background noise is a little loud, isn't it? Hang on, let me just check. Can I lower the audio? Oh, I can. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's keep voice up. Let's lower sound effect to like 70, music to... Uh-oh. Nope. The 70 footsteps way down. Alright, that works. I think that's better. It's definitely better, but whether or not it's good enough, I don't know. So here we go. We have stuff at the table here. If I want to, I can grab this bottle. I can grab it in this hand. I can check it away if I want to. You know, it's a standard VR playground for a certain extent of the time. There's stuff you can play with, even though you don't need to. But you can if you want. And we can see, for example, take the torch with us. It does actually produce a little bit of light. If we come over here, I can prove that. There we go. Not much, or maybe even a bit too much, actually. I don't know. Either way, the torch creates light, or we can chuck it away, because who cares? And as we come out here, we can actually, if you allow me to lean forwards a little bit, go bump. Bump. Don't accidentally punch my monitor, please. There we go. So, you know, you can interact with that kind of stuff. This bit here especially, I love that I can talk with my hands in VR, it's so fun. This bit here on the beach, this is essentially just a muck around playground. It's not really important for the game, it's kind of just showing off what you can do in VR. So I'm used to this kind of stuff by now, but if you play this first before other games, it'll probably wow you. And actually, it's now one of the free games you get when you buy a Vive, I just noticed, along with Zombie Training Simulator. I think it's a game I have, I just haven't done a video on it yet. And Tilt from Google, Tilt Brush, which is a drawing program, as opposed to the games I got when I got mine. So hang on, we can bend down here, for example. This is actually a firework. I probably should have kept the torch. No, I threw it too high. Oh, I just tapped the side of my PC. There we go, it's fine. There we go. That'll probably be fine. Any second now. Oh, there we go. I love seeing the sparks come flying at your face. Don't do this in real life, just FYI. Is there anything in the box? Hang on, let me bend over. No, you can't grab the box, just these things. There, take that. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So by the way, the story has some suspense in it and what have you, but it's not a horror game. So if you're avoiding VR horror games like I am, you don't need to worry about this one. Oh, I tapped my desk there, apologies, but it's in exactly the right place for this to work. So we can make some popcorn if we want. I'm already bored of making popcorn. There we go, we'll just let it burn. Now where is the... Ah, there it is. Come down here, we've got ourselves a Wilson ball here, and I know for a fact that an achievement I missed is getting a basket, or getting a few baskets actually. I can't even do this in Overwatch, so I don't think I'll be able to do it now. Left hand better. Oh, I hit my roof. and I didn't get it. Oh no, I'm burning the ball! Oh wait, no, that's not the ball, it's the popcorn burning. I don't know where the ball went. That's not it. Either way, again, I have to be a bit careful with how I pick stuff up that's directly in front of me, because this is where my desk is. It's just a radio. And also open this. There's a beer inside, but that's about it. Now we can move on a little bit now, and we'll get the tutorial on how the inventory works. And the way the game handles the inventory is fantastic. I love it. And I hope more VR games do the same thing, quite frankly. So, first of all, we have to learn about key items. Key items means you don't have to hold down the trigger to hold your fist, because you always hold them. So if we grab the torch, I don't need to hold the trigger, I'm just always holding it. Pressing the underside trigger turns it on, so I have a torch. It works, as you can see. There's a lighthouse over there. Put the flashlight away by putting it at your shoulder and pressing the trigger button, and it's gone. And you do the same to bring out your backpack, and this is your inventory. And I love how this works. You just have a backpack, and you can touch stuff. Like there's a Game Boy here, but actually just works as the game menu if you don't want to like break your immersion. This thing is important to the story. We have ourselves our torch here, so I can put my torch back in my right hand as the game weirds out a little bit. Put that away. We have our torch. We go a little adventure. Duck under the boat. You don't actually have to duck under. It's not the same as budget cuts. But you know, for immersion's sake, I feel like you have to give a little. We can have a little look around the cave. It's a very nice looking game. Again, you have to keep in mind when it's VR stuff, when you're seeing it as if you're actually there, it feels better than it might be to look at it not in VR. I know that's probably a bad way to explain it. But when it feels like you're in it, it doesn't matter if things look a little bit awkward. Anyway, let's put away the torch. And I'm trying to keep in mind where the mic is. The mic is there. Okay. So we have ourselves a note here. Elizabeth, I'm glad that you came back, but be careful. The CSIS and the FBI, they are coming, Liz. I had to lock the sewer gate to keep them out. Find the 3B on the B. Pete is listening. So that's a hint about what we're supposed to do. I do actually know what we're supposed to do, but first of all what we're going to do is listen to this little cassette tape left by our sister. So we shall press this, we shall pick this up, and I shall be quiet and let this play.
Alex, where are you? Waited as long as I can. Turns out a guy called the professor found something here, and whatever it is, he thinks it's important enough to lock away. It might be what we're looking for. He lives in the sewer, but he set up a human security system to keep CIA agents out. Pretty sure he's paranoid. I could tell you exactly how to reach him, but where's the fun in that? Fine, I'll give you a clue. Start off by tossing something at the metal box above the stove. What you need is in there. Come on, Alex.
That's what she's talking about.
Action, adventure, possible trespassing charge.
There we go. So that's her hint that she's giving us about how to get into the sewers, and we have ourselves a flare gun with some flares, which we shall load into it. We'll put that away for now because we're not done exploring. A little feature I want to show off that I was so glad they did. I was like, are they going to do this? If we go over here, you pick up a shell and put it to your ear, you actually hear the ocean, and I love that little touch. That is so good. Like, get it out of my sight. You too, water ball. We have ourselves another stove over here, and we can, if we want, kind of like play along and put in. Hang on. I'm always very careful when I lean down in VR because I don't know where my things are. Oh, that is not how that was supposed to go. Well, you know what? Put that in there. And yeah, no, hang on. We'll just. I want to cook the fork. There we go. And then we'll just close that like that. There we go. So we're cooking the fork. Good. And there's a little vantage point over here. But over here we can get some more fluff. Now unfortunately it's going to mean I'm not facing the mic again, so bear with me if I'm a bit too quiet. We'll knock that over. There's another cassette, and there's also some Morse code. Oh, I didn't pick up the cassette because it's more important. Damn it. Alright, we'll listen to the cassette first, real quick. Someone else. This is not one by our sister, I believe.
How could we have known? The interference has drawn us here to a hidden beach on the coast of Van Isle. The surfers call this place Siren Point. The bay's littered with razor-sharp rocks hiding just below the surface. A deadly trap even for a skilled sailor. Also, my compass is broken. I think it's due to the magnetics.
Okay, so there's someone else here. And this one says, only let Liz in. So they've been communicating via Morse code out of paranoia. There's also a watch. A compass. And there's some more messages here. There's also a lantern we can grab. The lanterns work a little bit finicky. I think that's probably why they gave you a torch. Because, hang on, let me just change hands. There we are. They don't work super well. The voice acting, by the way, in the game is pretty fantastic. You do eventually meet the crazy professor. He reminds me a lot of Rick from Rick and Morty, and I think they were potentially going with that for the parody of the voice he has. I'm not sure. But anyway, down here, there's a bunch of... just rid of that. There's a bunch of flare gun ammo. And you're supposed to work out how to get the sewer over there open. Now, I do obviously know the solution. Whether or not I'll be able to do it first try, there is an achievement for it, to do it in one clip, but... There's a bell over there, there's a bell up there, there's a bell there. What you're supposed to do... Oh, too short. Is hit all 3 bells, and there is an achievement for doing it in one clip. Pretty simple. In fact, most of the puzzles in the game are simple. The last one had me stumped for a little bit, but that was mostly just a lack of information provided. It isn't just that you have to be a good shot to do this, you have to be a good VR shot. So there we go, the lighthouse will change direction, and it should open up the thing that we saw lift up earlier. So let me just take some more flares for later on, we'll put that away. So we are actually kind of nearing the first checkpoint at the end of the first section of the game. I don't really want to show off too much because playing through the entirety of episode 1 took me like 109 minutes, I think. I enjoyed myself. I think the standard on offer, the quality is really nice. The asking price is high. At first when I saw the asking price I was like, oh okay, so that's the price you pay for all the episodes, but you get episode 1 now, similar to say like a Telltale game. I don't think that's the way they're doing it. So when I look at the asking price of, hang on, it's in my other monitor, let me take my headset off for a second. Yeah, $22.99 in British pounds, and I think that is the price for just the one episode, not the whole thing. If that is the case, that is way, way too high. Now, if I've misunderstood and that is the price for every episode, that's acceptable, assuming every episode is to the standard this one is. It's short, yes, but production values are really high. Alright, so if we go back through here, we will be able to teleport over here, and this comes down, because we actually earned it by doing this little puzzle. Things you'll never get. And this gives us the means by which... this is going to be dodgy. I'm having to lean very close to my mic, so I'm going to be very careful about this because I'm hovering just above the mic. There we go. This lets us into the sewers. And there's also a cassette. My hand's losing tracking. There we go. I got it. Good shooting. So honestly, we'll listen to this tape and then I'll quickly go to the sewer entrance just to show you what happens there, and then that's probably all I want to show you because there isn't a lot on offer, similarly to Fated in terms of content. The standard though, is the quality on offer is higher than that game. Let's listen to this.
Well, if you're listening to this, that means you cracked the professor's security system. I would make a terrible cat burglar. It took me forever to shoot that bell on the boy. But as a bonus, I did get to beam a seagull right in its cloaca. That's a bird's buzz. So, I opened the gate already. Put the handle back in the box for you. It's time for us to join this creepy sewer party. I'm sure the professor is going to smell great. Like a cloaca.
Yes, he's going to smell like a Quaker. So put that away. We'll take this out and we will need that. And, and as you can maybe hear, there's actually someone inside. So let's see how this chapter ends. Yeah, there we are. Hello.
Well. You're one of them, aren't you? A spook. Yeah. I know you'd show up eventually.
Actually, I know who he sounds like. He sounds like a ghoul in Fallout.
You know what's good for you. You'll go back and tell him you ain't found nothing. The chest is down. How did you... Pete, you lousy drunk!
Bye. Alright, so as we walk into there, that will end the first chapter. However, as I said, I don't really want to show off much more than that. So, this has been a look at the gallery, episode 1, which is called Call of the Starseed. I think you can see that menu, right? Yeah, you can. Asking price is way too high, assuming it is the price for just a single episode. If it's the price for the whole thing, I think it's acceptable. It's one of the higher quality VR games I've played so far that has depth, that has an interesting story. It gets a bit mystic towards the end, so if you were hoping for like pure sci-fi, that's maybe not what you're after, or maybe no sci-fi. If you want pure science and mystery, it's not that. It's not a horror game either, so if you're avoiding those, that's fine. Check out the link to learn more, and I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you next time. Ta-ta for now.